20 cartoons, okay, put them together and stick them into a larger bundle called a back tune. A back tune. Stick them in here. This is a back tune. Okay? This is what we start with the 20s. Okay? To make the largest and most complete period of time that we're going to deal with, we're going to go to the other sacred number. 20 is one sacred number. The other sacred number of the ancient Mayas is 13. 13 is very important to the ancient Maya people. They counted moons, 13 moons in a year, in a full year. It was 13 moons. There's a lot of other 13s in there mixed in. So we're going to take 13 of these to make a period of time that they like to call a sun. A sun had 13 baktuns, 5,200 tunes, almost years, near years, 5,200 near years. Okay, I'm going to shrink this down to when it gets to be this size, it gets kind of unwieldy. I'm going to work with these little shrunk down versions of the baktun. Okay, all right. So we're going to take 13 of these and create an image of a sun. All right, just like Antonio did in the video. 1, 2, 3. I really blew it yesterday. I went from 11 to 13. Let me try again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That is one of the great eras of the Mayan long count calendar. A sun. 5,200 tunes. Almost 5,200 years. Strictly speaking, it's like 5,100 and I never remember all those odd numbers because I'm not a mathematician, I'm an artist. Okay, so I've got that whole, what is it, right brain? I've got that whole right brain thing happening. Numbers bewilder me. So it's tough to do this job here. There's all these numbers. Right, 5,200 tunes. That is a sun. The last one of these, the one that we're in now, the one that we're just about to end, began at 3114 BC, or BCE as they say now, okay, before the Common Era. Okay, 3114 BC was when the last one of these things began. But there were others before it, because this is the 5th one, so there were 4 before that. 4 other suns, 4 other 5,200 tune periods. Okay? So there was one more before that, and another one before that, and another one before that, and another one, 5 of them. Going all the way back to, whoa, 24,000 BC. Now we're really reaching back to the Stone Age, to the Ice Age. So that's the full period. That's the whole period. 24,000 BC to 2012. Divided into 5 sections. Each one 5,200 years. 5,200 years long. Alright, so now that you hopefully have a better grasp of Maya timekeeping, how they kept time, I'm going to introduce you to John's theory. I've told you stuff so far that everybody knows, or the people that study the Mayan calendar, they all are aware of this. They all know what this is all about. This thing here is new. What exactly, he says to himself, what were they counting? What is it that they were pinpointing? Why? Why start at 24,000 BC and end in 2012 on the winter solstice? Why? Well, he came up with this theory, and I believe he's right, and so does Antonio. that in 24 BC, something happened which they probably did not have a very good understanding of. But intuitively, and that's really the most important base of understanding wisdom, is intuitive wisdom. They may not have had the full astronomical grasp of this whole thing, but intuitively in their hearts they understood that there was something happening in the sky that happened way back then and was going to repeat itself now. And that on December 21st, the winter solstice, the sun was going to rise behind the eastern horizon, perfectly aligned with the Milky Way galaxy. Here's us on Earth, here's the sun, here's the Milky Way galaxy. Right. Now, the Milky Way galaxy is not visible when the sun rises because the sun is too bright. The Milky Way galaxy is so faint that even at Spider's house in the dead of night, where there's really not that much light pollution over there, we really had a tough time trying to see it last night on a very, very clear night. The moon was blotting it out, for heaven's sakes. So it's a really faint image, and you really got to look hard, and you really have to be in a place where there are no electric lights to see the Milky Way galaxy. But it is there, and it can be seen. And what we see is not really this. This is what it really looks like. Okay, that's what the Milky Way galaxy looks like. It's a big pinwheel, a big whirlpool. Okay, like almost like a hurricane. Right? But we don't see it that way. Because to see it that way, you'd have to be like, oh, okay, we're above it, looking down on it. But we're not. We're part of this thing. The Earth, the Sun, the planets that we are acquainted with are all part of this. So we're in it right here. Okay? This, by the way, is the Earth. We're in it. Okay? And we're looking at the center of the galaxy with a side view like this. Because of that image that we have of a side view, what is presented to us in the sky is this long, fuzzy, luminous band that stretches across the sky like this long road, a Milky Road, hence the name Milky Way. Like this long, fuzzy, white path. The ancient Mayas called it the White Road. In Europe, they called it the Milky Way. It's all the same. Really, you're all seeing, and that's because that's what you're seeing. It's this long, skinny thing. Now, it isn't all skinny. It isn't all the same width. At the edges, it's kind of wispy and thin, and in the middle, it's kind of fat. Okay? So it is thick in the middle, kind of thin on the edges, and that's still the shape that it presents in the sky. To the Mayas, there was a lot of symbolism in that. They saw it, sometimes it would present itself like this, going from north to south across the sky, and they would think of it like the trunk of a tree. Like a big sacred tree standing in the center of creation, just running across the center of creation. The cosmic tree. Now that's not rare. Every culture has the concept of a sacred tree that runs right through the center of creation, okay, with its roots down in the underworld and its branches up in the heavens. And to the ancient Mayas, this was that tree. The Saque was that tree, the sacred tree. Fat in the middle. Well, yeah, you know what? There's a species of tree in Central America that looks just like that. Its trunk, when it's young especially, it's called the ceiba tree. When it's young, it grows and then it has this big fat blob in the middle, kind of like a swelling in the middle, and then it thins out. So they really saw a parallel between the sacred tree of life and the Milky Way. The Milky Way was their big tree, the big central tree of the universe. The center, the axis of the whole cosmos was the Milky Way galaxy. And December 21st, because it had that swelling in the middle, they saw it as something that kind of like pregnant, right? Something motherly, something maternal. Okay, so the Milky Way galaxy was to them a representation of the cosmic mother, a mirror